Hello everyone, it's Jim Ograzinski with your week 6 lecture video. I just want to start with a few comments on Essay 1. I've completed grading all the submissions. I may have a straggler left here and there, but I'm pretty sure I got everybody in. If you have any questions or issues, um, send me an email. I want to remind everybody, take a look at the comments in Blackboard. Also take a look at comments that I recorded in your Google Doc there in the Drive folder. Please do not resolve or remove any of my comments. That is how I keep track of your revisions. If you take a look in the syllabus later on in the course, we are revising essays for the cover letter assignment and also the e-portfolio. So you want to preserve those particular comments, all right? So I just want to take a second here and wrap up Blue Collar Brilliance. We're finishing up discussion board number 7. I think everybody has figured out Rose's argument by now is intelligence and how we look at intelligence in a Western society. The idea here is to focus on those cognitive processes that are embedded in the blue collar work that Rose talks about. It's critical because now just don't tell me, like in your summary I say that Rosie is a waitress and she waited on people. You want to look at the tasks that she performs. In other words, those routines embedded in blue collar work, then how the cognitive processes work through that. Same thing with Uncle Joe, how he was able to start off at GM and move his way on up by learning on the job, and problem solving is critical. Also, Rose does describe quite a few blue collar professions and how they utilize their cognitive processes to achieve success. So the idea here is you want to focus on those, especially as we start moving into the summary. So right now we're going to work into a supplementary reading of The Art of Summarizing. I think a couple of people might have posted already to the discussion board, but I do want to talk about The Art of Summarizing. Now, I did highlight the PDF. You can find a PDF in the reading section in the course unit, but in the textbook on page 33, I have a little overview about the art of summarizing, do's and don'ts, right? So I say here, you don't have to read the section on summarizing satirically, but you want to pay attention to use signal verbs that fit the action. So they provide some signal verbs and templates at the back of that reading, which is really kind of critical. They'll help you write that summary essay. Also, they'll serve a purpose as we move forward into our next unit after summary. So I would like you to take a look on the do's and what the tips were as far as writing a good summary. Tell me what they are and how you plan on using them. Okay, I want to move a little bit back, a little bit forward. Now that we're getting really into our second unit, I want to know the how and the why as opposed to just telling me, right? You have to show me. The art offers a strategy of how good summary has a focus or a spin to fit your own agenda. Think about our audience in that assignment, right? Why is that important? More importantly, the art of summarizing talks about 3 traps. I call them traps, okay, that a lot of writers fall into, okay? They talk about abandoning the summary, the closest cliche syndrome, and I say the dreaded list summary. So look at how the authors talk about those traps and tell me how you're going to go about avoiding them. Don't tell me what they are. I know what they are, but tell me how you go about avoiding those traps. I think it's critical to understand the art of summarizing as a baseline before we move into other aspects of how to write a summary. If you're in the textbook, you may want to look over the how and why to writing a summary, which we'll cover next week as we get into the example essay like we did in Unit 1. Also, then we'll get into the idea of drafting and our peer process again. So, once again, we will utilize the Drive folder for that peer process. Okay, everything will stay the same. I'll have a new peer report form up there in a new folder shortly, but I want everyone to take a good look at the art of summarizing You can see here as I pop open the PDF, I've got some little comment boxes that might point you in directions here. Okay, so it should ease the reading. It is a very straightforward little bit of a resource that everyone can benefit from. All right, so once again, we're moving on from blue collar brilliance. Also, what I would like to point out here kind of briefly, if you're looking for some additional context about Mike Rose and his research, I've got a YouTube video, a link here in the announcement. Okay, now your summary essay is about the article, so this is not a part of your summary. If it is, I'll comment on it and you will lose points, but it'll provide you an idea of where Rose comes from as far as his research into those cognitive biographies he talks about, and this might help you make a little bit more sense of the article and where he was going. All right, I think I got everything covered for this week's lecture video. So please, if you have any questions, send me an email. Be safe. Good luck.